What's going on, everyone? I'm just a typical, average American here today to react and learn about the Faroe Islands. So, honestly, I have no idea what these are. We were never taught about this place here in the United States, but it says that this island or group of islands is technically Nordic, which is very interesting to me because I haven't heard of this. So today, I really want to take some time here to learn about these Faroe Islands. So let's take a look.
What are the Faroe Islands? There are many ways to answer this question, and in this video we'll try to cover as many of them as possible.
Wow.
One answer, which will certainly be correct for the foreseeable future, is that the Faroe Islands are an island group in the North Atlantic.
This is good. This is necessary. Certainly for an American. Like if this is kind of like a geography lesson, history lesson, that's very overdue for me. Um, Seeing where this is exactly, because when I think of Nordic, I think of like Norway and Denmark, Sweden, Finland, Iceland. This is between Iceland and Norway, just out in the middle of the North Atlantic. I had no idea that there was something there. Do people live here? Wait, is there like a government? How big is this? Hold on.
Between the British Isles and Iceland, with the closest neighbors being Scotland around 300 kilometers away, followed by Iceland and Norway at around 500 and 600 kilometers respectively.
It's pretty far from like, they said 300 kilometers? What's a kilometer? Is that like 100 miles or 150 miles? Or anyway, like, it's kind of out there on its own.
The remote islands were created through volcanic activity around 50 to 60 million years ago, during a time when Greenland just left Europe towards the North American continent.
Whoa.
Slowly erupting fissures between the Eurasian and North American tectonic plates have built up hundreds of square kilometers of basalt and ashes over millions of years.
Okay.
Once tectonic plates moved the plateau away from the volcanic zones, the forces of winds and the ocean started taking over, slowly eroding it to the shape that we know today.
I wasn't prepared for all that. This is also like a geoscientific explanation or geology. These are formed by volcanic activity? That's pretty cool. It's a very distinct shape. And it's now I see it's many different islands. It's hard to get a sense of scale, like how big this is. Maybe they're going to show that.
The constant battle has created a rugged landscape, which is
Look! Whoa. It's a lot of land. It doesn't look like how I imagined when they said it was made by volcanoes. It looks pretty nice. Like it's kind of beautiful in a way. It's very simple, flat, but with like actually like big mountainous terrain up there. And there's houses. People live here. There's houses. There's a town. This is fascinating.
characterized by steep cliffs and smooth layered mountains.
This is beautiful. Wait a minute. This is epic.
The final touch to today's Faroe Islands was given during the recent ice ages, which have buried the landmass, smoothing the rugged terrain, and deepening the cliffs and fjords even further. This answers to purely geographical, what are the Faroe Islands? But there are many more aspects to cover.
Okay.
Historically, the islands have likely first been settled by folks from the British Isles around the 4th to 6th century.
Oh, interesting. I was wondering if the ancestry of the people here, first of all, how did they get there? I guess in a boat. I just can't wrap my mind around like hundreds or thousands of years ago, people just got in handmade boats and sailed out into the ocean, like not knowing exactly where they're going or not having modern technology. That's crazy to me. But the people who are descended from the original inhabitants of the Faroe Islands. Uh, they come from like the UK or Scotland
And they soon got visitors from Norwegian emigrants during the 9th century, who
and Norway.
didn't approve of the monarchy in their homeland. Their plan did not work out as they hoped though. Around the turn of the millennia, war broke out between the two largest islands, leading to the leader of the southern clan fleeing back to Norway.
Whoa.
Instead of being greeted with open arms, the Norwegian king, Olav Tryggvason, equipped him with an army and ordered him to seize the Faroe Islands on his behalf.
What? I didn't know the Faroe Islands had a whole history, like, other than they were created and people went there. There's like wars. There's chieftains and conquerors, Norway, trying to take this.
After which Norway held on to the possession for the following 800 years. During this time, the Nordic countries entered a personal union called the Kalmar Union, which united the countries of Norway and Denmark. When
Okay.
this marriage came to an end in the beginning of the 19th century, not Norway but Denmark took the Faroe Islands with it during its independence.
The Faroe Islands have changed who they're technically part of. It was Norway, then they're part of Denmark.
Over the following decades, the Faroese people experienced a cultural awakening, and the desire for independence from the Danes grew.
So, are they still part of Denmark? Are they related to Danish people? It sounds like Norwegians and actually Scottish people like went to this island, but now they're part of Denmark, or well, maybe not now. I don't know.
Grew. Icelandic independence from Denmark after the First World War inflamed this desire even more, but it wasn't until the end of the Second World War
Iceland was part of Denmark?
that a referendum was held, yielding a result for independence with 50.7%.
Oh, wow. Oh my God. So the Faroe Islands are independent from Denmark now by a vote. That barely passed.
The Faroese parliament moved swiftly, and just 4 days after the election, the chairman of the Faroese parliament declared independence.
Why I thought this was just some random islands. They have a whole people, history, government. Like, they're independent. A whole civilization I didn't know about.
This series of events was much to the displeasure of the Danish king, who swooped in a week later and dissolved the Faroese parliament, voiding any decisions of the past few days.
What?
Another election was held later in the year, with the Remain parties now in favor. While the Faroe Islands have received a lot of self-governing rights since then, the status quo has remained the same to this date, and is officially considered a self-governing nation under the external sovereignty of the Kingdom of Denmark.
What? I was not expecting that. I thought this was like, oh wow, how nice for them. They voted on their independence and now they're their own No. Denmark immediately came in, quashed that parliament, took over. But it's not all like so dramatic. Now in the modern day, there have been some changes where the Faroe Islands, although technically under the sovereignty of the Kingdom of Denmark, are a self-governing nation. So they eventually got there. I just wasn't expecting that twist.
So does self-governing nation mean it's a country? Well, it depends on who you ask. Looking at the
Okay.
FIFA World Cup, for example, the international tournament where all countries of the world compete against each other, the Faroe Islands are participating as a country.
Oh, wow.
Regarding the Olympic Games, however, Faroese athletes are only allowed to compete under the Danish flag. UNESCO, on the other hand, recognizes it as a standalone country.
So nobody knows if the what did the people of the Faroe Islands say?
The Faroese people have their own language and trade treaties. They make their own laws. They live on a defined territory, and they hoist their own flag.
Sure sounds like their own country, their own language. What's the This is that group of islands we were looking at. What's the size of the population?
But if you want to be technically correct, it is not a country. So what
Oh.
else are the Faroe Islands?
Wow.
They are certainly unique in many ways. If you enjoy snowy winters and lush summers, the Faroe Islands may not be the best place for you. Located in the middle of the warm North Atlantic currents, it boasts some of the most stable year-round temperatures, despite its subpolar location. Average
Really?
daily temperatures only fall to 4 degrees Celsius in the winter, but also only climb to 13 in the summer.
This Celsius is killing me. I don't know what temperature this is.
So if you're tired of unpredictable weather, the Faroe Islands have got you covered.
Well, that's kind of nice. The Faroe Islands randomly have like very stable, consistent temperature. Not like too hot or too cold. No wonder people like immigrated there and stayed there, and because there's got to be quite a bit of drawbacks, frankly, for being like on an island so isolated with not a lot of, I don't, sounds like not a large population, but there's a lot of benefits too.
Just pack a sweater and a thick raincoat, regardless of the season. While this climate may not be for everybody, the very photogenic Atlantic puffin thinks it's perfect. One thing this bird shares with the Faroese people is the love for fish, which is an absolute integral part of their economy.
Is this seriously like a bird on the islands?
Various forms of fish, for example, fresh, dried, smoked, or frozen, make up over 85% of its exports, making it one of the
Oh.
least diverse economies in the world.
Huh.
This dependency on one industry brings with
Fish.
it a huge risk, and many countries in similar situations are facing big struggles.
Oh, I see. So they are very dependent on the fish and the fish market.
The same cannot be said for the Faroe Islands, however. With a GDP per capita of over 69,000, it is almost the same level as the United States,
Faroe Islands don't sound so bad.
and surpasses its Danish overlords. I hope this video gave you a little better understanding of what the Faroe Islands are.
A little bit. It's beautiful. Like, look at this. I didn't know any of that. It's like discovering a new civilization. Like, I had no idea. It's like discovering a new country. Like in between Iceland and the UK and Norway. I don't picture anything being there, but there is this, and it's significant, and it's cool. And there's people and a government, and they're successful, and they're really into fish, and it's a good climate and beautiful. That's really cool. To go from not knowing about this at all to all that. So I really enjoyed this. That's fascinating. Faroe Islands. I almost wish they would have shown a little bit more of what the islands look like, what the people are like, the culture, or they showed the town for a second, or it looks very open. Like what is here? I'm kind of curious now, but maybe in another video I can look at some of that. But this was good for just like a baseline understanding of the Faroe Islands. So that's cool. I enjoyed this. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts on the Faroe Islands. Did you know about this? And if you're interested in more videos like this, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching and see you next time.